This is question 15. I'm just basically going to copy and paste, and it clearly here states that the first variable is x and the second one is y. And we need to find the equation for the line that best fits the scatter plot. So in order to find the line, first we're going to find the slope, which is m. So we're going to say equals slope, double click it, known y's, so we're going to select the y values first, and then comma, we will select the x values next. So that is basically the slope, and then we need to find the intercept. So intercept and intercept, and same, so we're going to select the y values first, and then comma, the x values next. So the equation is going to look like this. It's going to be negative 0 point, and it says here round to 4 decimals. So I'm just going to round this to 4 decimals, round those two. Let me just remove this one and then select the two values at once, and then I'm going to round them to 4 decimals, which is going to look like that. So my answer will look something like this. I'm going to type it here. So negative 0.0720 x plus 8.2578. And that is basically what I will type here. Oh, and do not forget to write the whole equation, y equals 2. So the whole thing. So I'm just going to take this one and I will paste it right here, and that would be basically the answer. And comparing that to the answer I have here, it checks out just fine. If you round to 4 decimals, it is going to be almost the same. And then you would interpret the slope in the context. So the slope means per hour, I would say. The outcome when 1 unit of x is increased, so each one level of brightness increasing, we expect the battery to last the slope amount, an average slope amount of hours. In other words, Kai should expect negative 0.072 hours per brightness level, because 1 unit of x should affect the y. That is how we interpret the slope. So the second answer should be the one. What does the equation predict for the number of hours the phone will last at a brightness level of 63? All you need to do, you're going to say equals, and then you will say the slope times the 63 plus the intercept. And I would click on the numbers instead of typing them, because I don't want to use the rounded values. These are visually rounded, but actually if you expand the cell and unround them, they will remain, which is, you're going to use this function right here. They're going to remain unrounded, which this value is basically unrounded 1. So click on the values instead of typing them to keep the values actual. So that is the number of hours. And all you need to do is just copy and then paste. Okay. What is the residual for the point 63 4.2? So in this case, we have the actual value at 63, which is 4.2. And then we computed the predicted one from the previous part, because the x value is the same, 63. So all you need to do is to subtract these. So you're going to say actual minus predicted, and that will give you the residual. So in other words, you're going to say this is equal to, the actual is 4.2 minus the predicted value, which is we computed previously, and that would be the answer. And that is how you're going to compute it. And it says here the equation is wrong, so I'm just gonna avoid rounding altogether. So I'm just gonna type that and paste it there, and I'm gonna say times, and then I will remove the intercept, copy it, and then add the intercept here, and then submit one more time. It takes it unrounded, so you shouldn't round anything. I hope this helps.